Okay, welcome to contributors meeting, and I will be your host today. And I'm not going to share my screen yet because we don't have much on the agenda. Just two topics, and first topic is feedback from the person who was triaging the issues today. I think it was Leo and Leo and Rishab. I see Leo on the call. Can you please share if you have anything to share?
Yes, sure. So yeah, no outstanding issues this week. I had a good interaction with Rishab during the week. He was pinging me, and for issues he didn't know how to proceed. So we were able to close a few issues. I guess we just have one that is that I didn't know about how to correctly reply to the user. It seems like an issue in our docs, but basically there is a link in our metric documentation that goes to grafana.argoproj.io, something like that. And this link is broken. So I'm not sure where this is deployed and or if this is an update in our docs. So yeah, wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, it's basically the deployment manifests are located in available open source. It's in Argo Proj org, Argo Proj deployments repo, but and it's hosted in Google on a Kubernetes cluster and basically provided by Intuit. And not many people honestly have access to it. And I think it has to be me. I have to go and fix it. And most likely we don't run HA Grafana. Basically, there's just one instance of Grafana pod, and I'm guessing it's that. And we don't have monitoring for that Grafana. So thanks for bringing this up. I think I will just have to go and restart it. But yeah, it's
okay. Okay, cool. So I'll check that with you offline. But that's all about it. No more issues to report.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, before we move on, we need to find who is going to do triaging next. And I want to volunteer. Basically, last time I was primary, I didn't really do triaging much, but I'm pretty sure next week I will have more time, so I can be primary for the next week. And we need secondary. Let me know, please, if you want to be a secondary for next week.
I can be secondary, Alex.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Michael. I don't see you in that list, but I will add you after the meeting. Okay. Oh, thank you. You just did. I'm looking at list of topics for today. So there is just one for me. I just wanted to say congratulations to new Argo CD approvers and reviewers, actually. And I think it didn't happen. It doesn't happen often. Finally, Argo CD finally got a bunch of new approvers yesterday. And
yay!
Yeah, I think it's a big deal. And yeah, I want to name everyone. So it's Keith, Michael, Leo, and Pasha. Pasha is not here. And Terry became a reviewer. Terry, who is already a approver of workflows, he became active in CD, and he's also a reviewer there. And I think why I think it's a big deal is because we pretty much doubled number of approvers in Argo CD, and hopefully now there is no need to ping, very few approvers who are active. Now we have like twice more people, and we can be aggressive and merge PRs. Oh, Pasha is joining us. Awesome. Yeah, and hi Pasha.
Hey.
Yeah, so we are basically congratulating new approvers in the project. Yeah, and I wanted to just say that, in my opinion, you should not be shy to merge PRs basically and break things, because that's how we learn. So feel free to, merge everything you think should be merged. And if something goes wrong, we'll fix it together.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's it.
congratulations to all the people. That's awesome achievement.
Right. Yeah, no, we cannot applaud you because we're in Zoom. And that's it, actually. Now we either need new topic. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of congratulations in chat. And there is nothing else planned for today. Okay, and yeah, before we wrap up, I can just share with you that like last week we spent working on fixing some vulnerabilities in Argo CD. I think you noticed there was some fixes. We've got one more, and I cannot share details before we publish the CVE, but that was keeping some of us busy last week. And I think just want to share that update because that's why we were not super responsive. And once we are done with the last CVE, we will be more responsive again. All right. Anyone wants to talk about anything else? We have like 30 minutes left.
Oh, there was a PR somebody was asking about the other day, and I wanted to see. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up because I wanted to see if it's been sitting. It's kind of a design proposal that I think was from Ishta, maybe.
Oh yeah, multi-source repository, so multi-sources, multiple sources in the application. Is that the proposal?
Yes, I think so. Did you already discuss that?
We spoke about it, yeah, and Ishita reminded me that, as I understand, Red Hat wants to work on it in the next release. And yeah, I kind of promised to also, to do the review, and we were trying to refresh our roadmap. And there is a pull request from me that tries to, update list of items that we are working in the next release, and I added multi-source support in that list as well. Ishita, please correct me if if I'm wrong, but basically I was thinking that if we have a team who wants to work on it, even if we
Alex,
Hmm?
sorry, I couldn't hear you. I
Yeah.
couldn't hear you, sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to say that I saw your comment in the pull request related to roadmap about multiple sources in application. And as I understand, you want to work on it. So I basically I updated my PR and moved that multiple sources story into the next release. Yeah, and I was asking, if I misunderstood you, please tell me, and I will move it back to future releases.
So this
Yeah, I
would
would
be for-
love to work on for 2.4.
Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, it's still missing review, but I will try to unblock
Right.
as soon as possible. Yeah.
So we're thinking
Thank
it's for 2.4.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
We still have 2.5 months, which is okay. Actually, I'm wrong. 2 months. Yeah. Okay, I think that right now this is it for real. Any other topics, or we can wrap up early today?
I just wanted to check on analysis controller that we use in Argo alerts. Can it be also made like a analysis engine as a separate project? I'm just thinking through before I put up a proposal for it. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Can it be made as a separate project for, because it's a controller in itself? Today it is embedded in rollouts, but can we take it out like a notification engine? Can we write something like analysis engine that can be integrated into multiple projects, not just sit in rollouts?
Are you interested in the analysis, the use of the analysis CRs independently of rollouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be possible. I mean, I wasn't sure if you wanted to use it as a library versus the CRs. So what's possible is that you can install rollout, but not use the rollout and not use experiments, but only use analysis templates and analysis runs. But there's no way to not install the CRs for rollouts and experiments and have the controller start up without issues. So I think what might be possible is just to add command line flags to like disable the like the Go routines that start the rollout controller and the experiment controller, and then have it only do the analysis stuff. And that way people have an option just to install analysis portion. That's what you're looking for, right?
Right. I don't know if I got completely what you proposed here, but let me reiterate what I understood.
Mhm.
What you're saying is that in the rollout controller itself, we can change the command line flags to just run the analysis. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, kind of like how Cube API server is like a whole
Okay.
bunch of controllers compiled into a single binary, right?
Right.
Right now, that's true for rollouts with 3 different ones. There's rollout, experiment, analysis runs. There's no way to only run like some of them, but it should be easy to add a flag to just run like the analysis. And that way you can just have it be an analysis controller and choose not to install the rollout or experiment CRs.
If I want to integrate this as a library in other controllers, in Kiko project, there is a controller called Active Monitor, where in order to do the analysis, we have to write a workflow. I was just trying to see if we have to use this as a library where we can integrate in other controllers. Having it as a independent project might be helpful, but yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts if that is more useful or.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it depends if you want to use it as a library or if you actually want to use the CRs. So using it as a library is going to be some more work, kind of like how GitOps engine was a lot of work. Because it brings in a ton of Kubernetes dependencies, and that doesn't make it very friendly as a library. But I think if you did want to use just the CRs, that should be, I think, pretty easy to enhance it just to run selective controllers.
Okay, sounds good, easy. Thank you. I'll think through if I can, use this CRs independently and get the data out of it so that can be leveraged by another CR.
Yeah, that was actually the intent of breaking it down this way. So analysis runs and templates have actually no concept of a rollout. That's how it's able to be used by both the experiment CR and the rollout CR. So if there's another like Keiko specific custom resource that wants to do analysis, that should be completely possible.
Thank you. Thanks for answering that.
Actually, I had one more question regarding the roadmap. So there was one more proposal by me that was regarding sharding application controller.
Mhm.
So right now it's added for future future releases. I was just thinking, like, if we are even planning for 2.5, would it be better that we have the proposal checked in this time frame, because then it would be easier to work in the next release?
I think, yeah, it's a good point. It's good to know which proposals kind of will
Right.
to work in the near future. Yeah, right now in the roadmap we only have next release and everything else. So,
Right.
but I agree we should review this sooner than later. And I think the same about proposal to support namespace mode. If we, I mean, it's been there open for too long, and I was even thinking that we maybe can merge it as is because we agreed on the high level idea, and yeah. But yeah, point taken. Now I think we, yeah, I want to try to find time to review it from, as soon as possible. Two proposals from you, Shita, and Jan's proposal. Yeah, and thanks for reminding about it. And I encourage other approvers. Now we have so many approvers. We can review these proposals.
Yeah. Not only the approvers can review those proposals, right? I mean,
everyone.
yeah, from the approvers, we would expect to participate in the proposal reviews, but everyone is invited and encouraged to actually go over the proposals, find the weak spots, have some ideas, additional ideas, yeah, and just drive it to something that would benefit the project, right? So yeah, basically we're calling for everyone to review it, right? Not only reviewers or members, but also to the community, because it will in the end affect the community, right? So they shall have the word as well. So that's why we have those proposals up in the public. Yeah, but I agree with you, Alex, that at least the approvers should have a look, and I'm having a depth there, so to review the other proposals that's not been sent by me. Yeah.
How can we further shard the controller?
I think it's about HA mode for each shard. Yeah.
Oh, you mean leader election for?
Yes, and I think it's now. I think it will be challenging, but it's doable. Like we can have maybe
Yeah.
shard.
It's basically removing the single point of failure that we currently have in the application controller, right?
Okay, so it's not actually sharding. It's just
It's I guess the name may be misleading. As I understand, it's about achieving HA with sharding or without sharding.
Yeah.
I think we can create 3 stateful sets.
Yeah.
With yeah, all competing for the shard ID is still incorporated into the name, but then they're just renamed, and they all.
I think it's not only about HA; it's also about load distribution within a shard. So
That's the part I was wondering. How can we achieve?
Yeah,
with the because they all monitor same. Like I don't think you can break it down further than a single cluster.
Yeah, at least I don't know how would we do
Yeah.
It is really challenging to break.
Yeah, you could have like a leader election on an application resource, I think, like a shard competing so all instances in a shard competing for the application to manage the application resources. That would be one, but I think it's yeah, it's in the proposal.
Okay.
But yeah, it's challenging. It's not an easy thing to do.
All right. I think this is done, right? We discussed the topic. So is there anything else? Any other updates from anyone?
Maybe I would just say, I'm sorry if I have internet connection problems, but I'm actually continue to mark pull request after verification with a rotten label that we agreed before. So I would appreciate if you go over these pull requests and close them or reopen or to do something with that, because they stay for a long time here and actually contributors still not answering here. So I think it's worth to close them at some point.
Yeah, I closed few, but thanks for reminding. I think we agreed that people would review and comment if you object to close the PR. And here's the link in the chat with all the PRs that's supposed to be closed. And so, yeah, just whenever you have time, maybe let's give it another few days, and you please comment if you want to keep PRs open. If not, we'll close them.
And thanks for all this tedious work, Pasha.
yeah, I'm continue here, but yeah, no problem.
Just a clarification
Actually,
on this label, the rotten label. The idea is to add this label for PRs that require attention, or for PRs that we should close.
This is to clean up. We have 100 open PRs, and obviously not all of them will be merged. Like we have like 1 year or 2 years old PRs, and it's an attempt to close these old PRs.
Yeah. So in addition, I would say that strategy here is that on each pull request, I am checking if it's really valuable and it can be merged. First of all, I'm contact contributor and asking if he has some plans. And important to say that a lot of pull requests was merged and people answered on them. And yeah, and if I'm trying to contact person, then still not answering for a few days, I just mark this pull request as rotten and waiting for you to close or to take some additional decision.
Oh, I see. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks for reminding about this, Pasha. Any other topics from anyone? All right, if not, then yeah, we can save you 20 minutes and end a little early today. Cool, thanks for attending the meeting. See you next week.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.